Welcome to Liza Listens. Today, my guest is Aih Mendoza. Aih is a faculty member and alumni of Third World Improv, the premier improv school in the Philippines. She is also trained under the Nursery from the UK, Improv College from Canada, and various other improv schools. She currently teaches several weekly online improv classes with Third World Improv and is a guest instructor at other schools around the world. Outside of improv, she is a freelance writer, artist, and all-around creative. In this interview, Aih explains what improv is and how it changed her life. Welcome, Aih. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Liza.
What's your definition of improv?
Improv or improvisational theater is an art form where you do scenes and games and tell stories all completely on the spot. It's all spontaneous. In performance, usually you will have an audience suggestion and the players will take that without a script and then they'll do something with it on stage. So the players, the performers, they're not just the actors, they're the script writers, they're the directors, they're the production design if they would like to have props, they're the choreographers if they're singing and dancing. They're all of that all in one time. And it's this magical thing where a show will only ever happen once and never happen again. So I believe that the most common experience people have of this is like, whose line is it anyway? That's the most like commercially successful one, but definitely lots of other ones like Middleditch and Schwartz or TJ and Dave, if those are hopefully familiar to you all at all.
Could you please tell us a little bit about your background and what inspired you to become an improv teacher?
Outside of improv, before improv, I was an advertising professional. I was a writer, a fresh grad as well, and I was a very controlling person. I was very type A. I was the type of person that if something didn't go according to plan, my whole day was over. It'd be like, no, I don't like why, which became very unhealthy after a while. Just mental health wise, there was a lot of perfectionism.
Yeah.
It made me a difficult friend. It made me a difficult co-worker, person. Like it wasn't pretty, and I had I had taken improv classes because I read it in a book where I'm sure many improvisers love Queen Tina Fey and Amy Poehler in their biographies. They're like, improv changed their lives, and I'm like, do I have anything to lose? Maybe not. So the first improv school opened in the Philippines. I was here, Third World Improv, founded by Silly People's Improv Theater, who's been like, they've been around for maybe like 20 years. And then they're like, hey guys, it's been 20 years and we're still one of the only improv groups in the Philippines. Maybe we should start a school. And so they did. I was in the second batch. And when I tell you that it was like Smiley Cyrus says, it's just like a wrecking ball in my life in the best of ways. It changed me so much. It made me unlearn all these things that the real world kind of like makes you think that aren't necessarily healthy. Competition with you and other people, and always having to be the best or always having to be perfect. All those things. And so from levels 1 to 5, I saw how it turned me and even my classmates into people I liked a lot more. I liked myself a lot better after improv. Um, I liked life a lot better after improv. It made me just it made me yes and a lot more. It made me see things from the point of view of like, hey, everything is a gift. It's only a mistake if you make it a mistake in your life. Obviously, it's not practical for everything, but just that mindset was so beautiful. And I think that's the thing about improv is that it allows you to celebrate the best parts of being human. It capitalizes that's the motor of improv. That's what makes it run, is the things about life that makes it so much fun. About finding that joy in every moment of like, what's fun about now, and how can I make the most out of it. collaborating with people and seeing them as geniuses as opposed to criticizing them, seeing them as a friend that you can play with as opposed to be like, that's a stupid idea. And it just made it's just like all the things, all the nice, delicious, beautiful things that make a human experience so wonderful. Uh, Empathy, um, connection, community, collaboration, all those things. And after discovering all of that, how could I not be an improv teacher? Like, how could I keep that all to myself and be like, it was a passing on of grace, really, and now that's what I do, and I can't believe I get to wake up and do it every day, be an improv teacher, and uh, I feel like the world would be a much better place if there were more improvisers in it.
From your years of teaching improv, what has been your proudest moment?
I don't have a specific one moment, but it's always the same moment when one of my students, any of my students, surprises themselves in a way where they say, "Wow, I never thought I could do that." Where they have that moment where they surprise themselves. And that sounds like mostly like a beginner's thing, but that happens anywhere throughout your improv journey. Certainly more obvious in the earlier levels where somebody who's a little bit more soft spoken finds their voice, finally finds a way to be like, to claim their personality, their point of view, like the thing that makes them unique. I love seeing those moments. Um, or when people who are maybe not so confident find that bravery because they're in such a uh, in a very supportive environment, rather, so that's where they find their confidence. That's maybe earlier on, but even in like level 4 or level 5, where students just discover how to be vulnerable and use, I guess, the things that happen in their lives and turn it into like beautiful stories, and they're able to also kind of have breakthroughs, not just personally, but and not just on stage, maybe like a mix of both, where again they're like, I didn't think that I could be a mom or on stage, or you know some students have lots of revelations where they're like, that was I when I had to play a sister, I had no idea, but I totally played my own older sister, and now I kind of get her more now that I do that stuff on stage. So these little things, these little surprises are always the most the things that make me the most proud.
Everyone knows that being a teacher is hard work. How do you recharge?
This is going to sound really nerdy of me, improv wise, but I recharge by playing, by not being a teacher, by being a student again. So sometimes I'll take classes, or I'll just rehearse with my own group, and just be like, uh, it feeds into each other, like the playing and the teaching, where the more I discover by doing it, the more I'm like, oh, this is something, I had this insight when I was doing it, and I think I can share it to my students as well. Like, this made it easier for me, therefore I can share it. So that's one way. And just consuming an unhealthy amount of media in anything at all, books, Netflix, any kind of storytelling is always helpful, and like life affirming,
What dreams do you have that you wish would come true?
on an improv wise, which is very much intertwined with my personal life anyway. It would definitely be to grow the improv community here in the Philippines and to become um, uh, an improv community in Asia that's well respected and well known internationally, globally. It's a fairly young community here, but I really think that we're making great strides, and I'm very proud of where we've been so far. The school is only 5 years old, so it's been very exciting. I can only really imagine what's going to be in the future. So putting Philippine improv on the map, on the global map, um, and just slowly making our school more and more not just in terms of like community building, but also excellent improv. On a personal level, I would love, not like, I would love to just Just buy a van, like a camper van, and drive all across like Europe or the United States or
Right.
wherever it's not an archipelago, okay? The Philippines, we're all it's an archipelago. You can't drive that much in one direction without hitting water. So I would just like to do that. That is my little tiny dream for myself.
What land?
Just lots of land, yeah. Just
Right.
the thought of driving and being in another country, like what? That's incredible. Or another state, or just a different, like, yeah, I love that.
Thanks again, Aih, for being here. Could you please tell us how we can get in touch with you and get more information about Third World Improv?
At Aih Real Monsters at Instagram. That's on Instagram at Aih Real Monsters. AIH for those who are listening in. Can't see my name on the screen. Or just hit me up on email. So that's patrice@mendoza at gmail.com. And of course, check out the Third World Improv site, because whatever Third World Improv is up to, I will probably be there doing something behind the scenes. So you can check out the website at thirdworldimprov.com, or the same on Facebook. Oh, sorry, facebook.com/Third World Improv. All across the board, really.
And that's our show for today. Please follow our guests and continue to learn about the incredible things they're doing. Their links are posted on the show notes. And if you like this content, please subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications, like, and share this channel. I'd really appreciate it. I'm Liza Noche. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.